but I emailed them.
Congratulations on your purchase of property here in our beautiful state of New Hampshire. This video is an instructional video designed to assist you with executing your closing documents by overnight or email. Our preference is to overnight the documents to you so that there are no printing issues. However, we can email them in the case of an emergency. What you'll find here is a description of each document along with instructions as to whether it needs to be signed, initialed, or notarized. If you have any questions, please contact your processor immediately. Hopefully this video will explain everything in detail.
That looks gorgeous. Let me tell you, it actually is gorgeous.
As part of the closing process, we provide for you a copy of the deed for transfer. This document will be executed and notarized by the seller of the property. We provide this to you to review. We'd also like you to initial. Make sure that you double check the spelling of the name and how you wish to take title. There are two ways to take title in the state of New Hampshire: joint tenancy with rights of survivorship and tenants in common. Please contact your processor to discuss the differences between the two if you haven't already.
So cute. I know. I just want to keep Christmas stuff up all the time.
I haven't put any.
The next document is called the HUD-1 Settlement Statement or Closing Disclosure.
No.
This document breaks down the financial aspects of the transaction.
I actually bought a
You will have seen this document by email from your processor well before the package has been given to you or overnighted to you. If you do have any questions that are yet unresolved, please contact the processor and discuss them in full prior to execution. This document needs to be fully executed by all record owners of the property.
Jay would love a diamond drill bit, so he could do that.
Yeah, you gotta be careful, obviously.
Yeah,
get the glasses, and you
the HUD-1 addendum simply states that we have explained the settlement statement to you. You've been advised the financial breakdown of the transaction. You feel comfortable having executed the document, knowing its contents, and that we're going to be providing you a fully executed copy of the document after closing. This must be executed by all parties.
She loved it.
Does Maggie have to live on campus next year too? For 2 years, right?
This particular document is called a compliance agreement. The purpose of the compliance agreement is to obligate all parties to the transaction to re-execute, reinitial, or otherwise re-sign any documents that might be rejected by a lender or upon audit. This is generally for missing a document that needs to be signed, a typo that maybe wasn't caught at closing, or for secondary market lending requirements.
Yeah.
Back on the meal plan. Yeah.
Well, Kyle's like, I mean, I'm not on a meal plan.
The attached document outlines information that we've received from the city or town in which the property you're purchasing resides. The information it contains is annual tax information. This is important because we utilize this information to prorate the taxes between you and your seller at the time of closing. This information is received by a third party and relied upon by us. If there's any information you've received that may be different than what you see here, please give your processor a call.
Yes.
On the HUD-1 settlement statement or closing disclosure, you saw a tax proration.
Dad's like, I'm not paying.
This particular document is an agreement to reprorate, if necessary, any items which would include property taxes, condo dues, association dues, park rent, based on
I have them during the day.
And if the actual amounts of the obligations are not known. Most specifically when our property tax bills have not come out yet for the fiscal tax year. This document obligates each party to reprorate if necessary if an amount that is received after closing is substantially higher or lower than the amounts available at the time of closing. It's important for us to be able to reach you after closing in the event that we need to have a document re-signed, reinitialed, or any sort of tax or association proration is necessary. Please complete the attached form with your mailing address moving forward after closing.
Yeah, I did.
This document needs to be initialed, verifying you've been advised my office does not sell or share any information collected about you during the closing process. As part of the closing process, we will issue owner's title insurance on your behalf in the amount of the sales price for the purchase or another price negotiated prior to executing documents. So this document is your acceptance of that title insurance, understanding we're issuing that on your behalf. This document does need to be executed. As a general rule, we're going to issue extended coverage. If you have chosen to purchase a simple owner's policy, you should check the box that reflects that. The attached document also needs to be executed before a notary public, and it certifies that there are no liens, mortgages, or attachments that have not been recorded yet, that you have knowledge of, that are recorded but are not reflected accurately on the HUD-1 settlement statement, that there are no contractors who've performed any work who haven't been paid for that work yet, and that there are no tenants or parties in possession of a lease to occupy this property. Again, it must be signed in front of a notary public. The state of New Hampshire needs to ensure that they are collecting the appropriate amount of New Hampshire state transfer tax based on a true and accurate sale price as listed on the HUD-1 settlement statement or closing disclosure. This document is your certification that, in fact, the amounts listed are the true sale price. It also breaks down how the transfer tax is calculated, $7.50 per thousand split between the buyer and the seller. This document needs to be signed and dated. The attached document is called a PA-34. It's a state document which is an inventory report of a property transfer. These questions need to be answered in your own opinion. Your real estate agent nor your closing agent can help you with the answers to these items. It has to be received from the state within 30 days of closing, and as a general rule, Paramount Settlement will send this document in for you so long as we receive it completed and executed with a date. And that is the entire buyer package. It's very simple. I hope that you find the instructions contained in this video easy to follow. If you have any questions, contact your processor immediately. She can answer any questions you might have on any of the documents that I didn't cover here. I want to take just a second and congratulate you on your purchase. Welcome to New Hampshire, and thank you for doing business with us.